Welcome back to the LunaGalaxy. My name is Luna, and I am coming in with a speed build that we did the day after, I believe, Growing Together came out. We did this live on TikTok, so that's why it appears that I am live. I was super excited to do this build simply because when you get the Growing Together DLC, it comes with a already built splash pad. So here we are creating a public pool and a splash pad. I was really inspired by my current community pool where I live and a similar splash pad. So we do have a community pool that is separate at a different park, and then we have a splash pad that is at a different park. And so I guess this is me kind of combining the two, and I really built it as a place that you could actually come in and have birthday parties with your Sims. You can bring the family, you can take your friends, you could have your high schoolers go on a date on a pool, you know, if you want your Sims to maybe do something before prom. I don't know, but I had a lot of fun building this, especially when I get inspired by local builds that's in my area or any type of build that I see, and I don't want to like mimic it too much, but I want to take the idea, put it together, and then come up with something that is really just stand out for what I'm doing. Now, I have seen a lot of amazing public pools that people have been doing in water parks. This is something very easy and basic. It does have a little toddler section, so you can come with your infants and your toddlers, so they have a place to play and splash around in the water as well. I'm not a huge person that builds like massive. Like I can, off the top of my head, I can't think of their name, but I can picture all these massive water park builds that I've seen. I know I could do it if I put the time and patience into it, but I'm just not a big builder. So if you appreciate the simpleton of builds, then you've come to the right place. But every now and then I will do something when I have the time and decency to kind of sit down and do it. But like I said, we did this live on TikTok. I had a lot of fun doing this simply because I wanted to make the splash pad a little bit more of a lot where you can get to easier, because the splash pad that comes with Growing Together, you have to travel to the community center to get to the splash pad. I don't know why, but we have a few spots like that where you have to travel to a specific lot and then you have to walk off of that lot and then go find it. So I was really like, you know what, no, we need to have like a public park or something where they can get to. And so community pool was the first thing that came to mind when I did this. So I put together little dressing rooms. You can run in, take a shower before or after, change clothes. Again, this was kind of a vision of using that idea of what my personal public community pool is like. But I did make it pretty much a full park. So in the front, you will have an area where you can play, the kids can swing, there's a sandbox. I did put a grill out there, so you could come here for birthday parties or any type of event, really, that is more of a summer fun outdoor event. And there is a food cart inside as well, so you could hire a sim where people can get food. So I wanted to make it as engaging as possible with your Sims when I did the slot. And when I play tested it, like, they really did flock. They naturally flocked to the spot. And so that was really exciting to see that, because sometimes you do a build and for some reason I'm like, why is no one here? What's going on? So I was happy to see that. I wish that when we had our swimming pools, we could actually make them lower and like, because I wanted to put a deep end and a shallow end. So I was like, oh man, it can only be one depth. But who knows what's coming in the future with The Sims. And I had a lot of fun with a lot of these build buy items that came with Growing Together. When I dug deep into it, like, there's a lot more build buy than I thought, and a lot that I want to use, and not just in specific Growing Together builds, but in a lot of other builds that I can see myself building with this pack. So when people ask me, is Growing Together worth it? Not just the gameplay, but the build buy items. Like, I adore them. I really do like them. And I'm doing other type of builds, I do see myself flocking to items from Growing Together. So if you're a builder, I would say they have great items. But the gameplay is a lot of fun as well. So here I am working on the little toddler section. I do end up putting 2 swimming pools and There's one where I kind of wanted to make it look like it had a toddler slide going into it, but it won't be accessible, so it's just there for decor. So if there is an issue with your sim getting into that pool, then I did put a second one down for your infant to get in, and kind of hang out with them there. Made it a little bit more shaded, smaller area, so there is a place for them to go. I didn't cut it off with anything like the playpen or anything, because I think they'll be okay. But real life, with it being that close to the deep end pool, you probably would want to close that off, because even in our public area, it is kind of shut off from the rest of the pool. I actually just thought about that. Didn't even think about that when I built this like a week ago. But it's fine. You know, not everything is IRL Sims. We use our imaginations. But if you have an issue like I do with Sims toddlers walking away. One thing that I was super excited to do when I did this was using the pool emitters. Because instantly when I thought of a splash pad, I just think of water just shooting up, having fun, and very colorful. So with the pool items, you get these different color emitters, which I use them a lot when I do nightclub builds, or anything like extravagant that I want to do outside with water. I like rarely actually put them in swimming pools. But I took different colors of the emitters. You can get small ones, medium, and large ones. And took all of those and kind of scattered them around. And I can't wait for you guys to see what it looks like at nighttime. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. And that's what I was really excited about. When I did this live, like, I was squealing when I play tested it. People were thought, like, it's not that big of a deal. It's colorful water. But it was just when you have this idea and you see it come to life in a video game that you've sat here for hours creating, and it's beautiful. So I was excited about using them. So if you've never used the water emitters in any of your builds, definitely start going to those water accessories in the swimming pool area, because it can really take the landscaping of a build and just make it more fun, and it does give it a little bit more light too. So if you want to try something different, or make your own fountain, or something interesting, I would recommend them. I like using them, and I will use them more than just my nightclub builds. But as you see there, those are all the items that you get with growing together. The tall mushroom is a water fountain, so you turn that on and it runs water down it. The small balls, they shoot water out of them. One of the backyard flowers, the small ones, those actually turn, and I didn't realize that until we play tested it, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. The whale, I almost forgot about the whale. You can customize the whale. It has a bunch of different look swatches for that one. Of course, we went with the killer whale. It made me think of Free Willy, if you've ever seen that movie. It's from the 90s. But there's me replacing some of the water emitters using different colors. Like I said, there's also different sizes. The sizes means how high they go up in the air. So you have ones that will shoot really high, ones that shoot low, and then some of them that kind of squirt and turn off and on. So there's a bunch of range of different ones that are super fun. But the rugs there, or like the concrete padding, whatever you want to call them, the mats, those are part of growing together, and all of those flower accessory stand-ups are from growing together. And I think I've seen a lot of awesome things done with them, so I'm glad that we were able to have that and have those items to play around with. You can have your own, little splash pad at home, make another community lot, or anything like that. I think this was a lot of fun. And also utilizing the backyard pack. That one was really good, and that's what I liked using with that as well. So we mainly use growing together, the backyard lawn pack. I never remember what it's called. And then also Island Living. Those were majority of the 3 packs that we used in this. Now, of course, if you have pre-ordered, whenever you're watching this video, certain things that I have, I think the swimming, or the slide that I have for the toddler pool, I got that because I got it before April 27th. If you're watching this before April 27th, there is still time to get that. So if you download this and you have that pack, but you didn't get it before then, you may not get that slide. So you can either worry about it or not worry about it. It's no biggie. But then the front opening here, of course you have to pay to get into, the park pool. But I just made it set up to where it looks like this is where you would go to pay to get in. But of course the Sims don't actually pay. So I didn't spend too much time in this little area. There was no point in really keeping it closed. So I don't know. I just thought about it, that there's no door. It's just open and the cash register is just sitting there. But I don't know. In my public pool, I guess they have a drop down window that they lock. And because our opening is open like this, but it has like a window, like, you know what I mean? I guess I never thought about that. Oh well, it's fine. No one's robbing the swimming pool. We're good. So I wanted to keep it open, offer some outdoor snacks as well, because like I said, this outdoor area will have an actual park. So even if your sim isn't here to go to the pool, you can still bring them here just as a park. So there's an array of things to do, especially if you have a group sim here, or if you have a family of sims here. I know when I play tested it with my family, I took the Michelsons actually, and they still have the baby. They left the baby in the parking lot. So it took me like 2 Sims hours for them to actually come and pick the baby up, to actually bring them in the park and at least like lay them by the kiddie section. So I hope they fix that, where people just lay their babies down everywhere. That's why I feel like it would be really nice if we had strollers, because if we had them in a stroller, we could just wheel them with us instead of setting them down and just walking away. Like, I don't know if they thought about that when we got it, because you just left a baby on the sidewalk in the parking lot. It was slightly disturbing, honestly. And the ability to pick up anyone's baby. I wish that it kind of worked like you can't go to a Sim's house and just sleep in their bed. You can't go up to a baby and just pick them up. You know, it's not your kid. That's not very common. So we laughed a lot when that happened, when I went to play test this, and I was like, the baby's just in the parking lot. So that was a little funny. But now we're going through kind of working on some of the park area here. I didn't spend too much time on the park area. I didn't want to overly crowd it up either. I still wanted to make it very fun and playful. I love that mural on the wall. I believe that came with City Living. I believe, or it came with the high school years. I'm not 100% sure, but that mural is one that I absolutely adore. We're going to be coming up on the screenshots here. Don't forget to check out any of my live streams over on TikTok, and also thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our next videos here between builds, storylines, and casts and mods and CC walkthroughs. Like I said, I really love this. This build is in the gallery, no CC, so you will be able to find it and download it just fine. Have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are, and this is LunaGalaxy out.